Tip number one, do not waste your time finding that angel mentor who will guide you through everything. I see people doing this mistake, especially early professionals. They waste so much of time and their energy in thinking how can they find a good mentor online or offline. I have seen so many messages from people where they are like, I'm not able to get a good mentor. I couldn't do it because I didn't have a good mentor. Guys, we are post that era where people only succeeded because of the mentors. Now you do not have to limit yourself to just mentors with some specific area of expertise. You do not have to limit yourself. There is so much available out there on the internet. You can learn from people without them being your mentors. And why you want just one mentor? You can get mentor for every stage of your life, because there's somebody out there putting content, putting a lot of information at a particular stage that resonates with your stage of life. For example, you are trying to find the best way to study, to concentrate in your college. There's somebody out there who's doing it. Then you move out to the next phase and you are trying to hunt for a job. Now you want a mentor who can guide you how to hunt a job in your career. There's somebody else out there who is doing that on the internet, on YouTube, or whichever platform. Now you got onto your first job. You want somebody to guide you on how to be successful at your first job. Then you can find somebody else who's doing exactly like that. So my point is, do not waste your time finding that angel mentor, because there is none. And why to limit yourself when you can have a specialized person who can guide you in different stages of your life? Point number two, if you want your career to be full of growth, then make sure that you align your career with who you are. If you pick your career in hurry burry by watching your friends pick it or somebody else, or you just got influenced by a success story online and you pick your career accordingly, you might get a good start. There is a chance, obviously, for everything, but you will not be fulfilled, neither you will see growth in that career, because growth only comes when you are dedicated in a career. You want to put that effort into career, but if it is not of your interest, then you will never put that effort. And if you don't put effort, you will not see any success, because the career that is full of growth, it demands efforts, discipline. And if something is not of your interest and you just pick it randomly, you will not be able to put efforts into it no matter what, and then forget about being successful or growth. You might be successful monetarily, but if you do not feel fulfilled, what is the use? Then the definition of that success is totally wrong for you. So make sure that you choose a career which is in alignment with who truly you are. And if you're confused about it and you do not really know how to pick a career which is in alignment with yourself, with your true self, then I'll say that there are plenty of resources out there. And I too have a course for that, where youngsters can identify how to go about their first job, how to identify if that job is something they really want to do. There are plenty of resources out there which you can use to do that homework, where you can very simply chart out your interest and the job profiles that resonates with that interest. Point number three, rules are man-made. Have a habit of questioning them. See, this is true to every single job out there. Whatever job responsibilities or the ways of doing the job that you see on the job are designed by a human who was doing it prior to you, or maybe prior to them. The way it was started by the first person who started doing that job, and the knowledge transfer happened in certain way, and nobody thought about changing the process, the ways, or anything about it. Now, if you, when you start any job and you feel that there are certain things that should be changed to do that task more efficiently or to deliver the things more successfully, then be vocal about it. Share those things, ask those questions, ask about those rules, that why we have to do it a certain way, why can't we do it the other way. But the important point here to note is that whenever you are questioning the rules, always be very assertive. Your purpose of questioning the rules should not be to embarrass the other person as if you have a better idea, and the other person should feel like a fool when they hear out your idea, or when you're questioning the rule itself. If you're doing that, you'll not be able to execute your thought successfully, because the other person will get offended and it might hurt your job, who knows. So make sure whenever you are trying to change something or trying to question something, come from a place of assertiveness, that you genuinely, you really feel that there's a better way of doing the things, and you are trying to understand what's the background, why they are doing it a certain way, why the rule is made at the first place. So whenever you are questioning, make sure that you're polite and then ask about that. Majority of the time people just keep quiet, thinking that this is how it should be done. I'll give you one example, so just so that you understand, that you joined a company and you see that people are working in really odd hours, and it's a new project, company has not done it before in a certain way. So you see people struggling, you're also struggling, it's an odd shift, and then you ask that if there is any possibility of compensating this extra effort of employees. If there is not any history in the company, then you can say, it will be good to have something to have an extra component to compensate for the extra effort of the employees. So in such cases, when you try to speak for a lot of people along with you to suggest something, most of the time it will get executed, maybe not at a scale at which you proposed it, but something will always be executed. It will not be like zero. Point number 4, do not burn the bridges behind you. So many people do this mistake that whenever they are about to leave the organization, the company, they leave as if they will never ever have to talk to those people again in their life. Guys, no. It's a small world. You never know who will help you out in your career in future, or maybe in the next job, or maybe after 10 years in your career, you never know. So do not burn the bridges behind you, and especially for people who are in a very small industry where there are only like 10, 15 or maybe 25 companies. Do not do that, because you will for sure run into those same people at some point in your life, and if you have left on a bitter note, it will only hurt your growth and will not add to it. And the final point on the list is keep negotiating and keep exploring. Negotiation is something that can give you things which you never thought can be a part of, which was initially offered to you, be it the monetary thing, be it some benefits that a company give. If you want more perspective on that, I've done a video. This video can be just one example of negotiation, where how you can have like more than what you were actually offered. So refer to this video, watch it, and understand how negotiation, or when it's not even a typical negotiation, it's just about asking few questions and getting more out of those questions as an answer of those questions. So negotiation is a very beautiful thing. There's no harm and shame in asking, in negotiating, that if it is possible, if there's any other possibility, it can change so many things for you. Most of the time people even accept even uncomfortable things just because they do not want to ask, and who knows, if they ask and questions that offer, they might have got something else which was a better match, or with something with which they are more comfortable. So guys, now let's quickly summarize all our 5 points that we discussed. Number 1, do not waste your time on hunting a mentor. And point number 2, align your career with who you truly are. Number 3, rules are man-made, so question them. Number 4, don't burn the bridges behind you. And number 5, keep negotiating. So guys, that was it. With that, we came to the end of this video. Do let me know if you have any more questions regarding this. I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. With that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.